guys, my name is Wes, and you're watching Westicles TV, and today I'm reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a 2017 sci-fi comic book adventure film starring Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel, Dave Bautista, Kurt Russell, Michael Rooker, bunch of other people. There's so many actors in this film. It's written and directed by James Gunn. So many names, I'm trying to memorize this right now. James Gunn, same director as the first film, and is a sequel, obviously, to Guardians of the Galaxy, is the latest Marvel film. Enough with the backstory intro to the video. Things I like about the film. First off, I love the soundtrack. I've said it several times on my channel, you guys. You put classic rock music in your movie, you're gonna get points. I love that kind of music. You put on a song like The Chain, which is in the movie and in the trailers, by Fleetwood Mac, and you're going to get me hyped. You're going to make me smile, and you're going to get at least a few minutes of I'm enjoying this movie, because the song's so killer. Small nitpick with that, though, in the trailer, you used the bass line. While I was looking forward to the bass line, hearing it in the movie, you never used the bass line. It's an amazing bass line. That's why I used it in the trailer. You should use it every chance you get. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you guys, look up on YouTube, go to Fleetwood Mac, The Chain, listen to the music video or the song, wait for that bass line. It's killer. You'll thank me later. Anyways, back to the review. Other things I liked about it. There's so much comedy in this film. Maybe too much. I'll get to that later. But every single actor in this movie is not only a talented actor, they not only perform their duties more than admirably, but they all have comedic chops. They all have great timing and chemistry with each other, which makes even the smallest moment a good chance to make a great laugh, a great joke. And whether it be Rocket making, he's a dick, but I find that mean sense of humor pretty funny. So I thought he was funny. Well, that's quick-witted, one-liners or movie references or whatever from Star-Lord. I really dug that. The stuff between Gamora and Star-Lord, that, will they, won't they style of humor. I liked that. Michael Rooker's got some great moments of comedy. And Dave Bautista as Drax absolutely steals the show as far as comedic relief in this film. I mean, Groot is funny, and he's adorable, and they make plenty of references to that in the film, that he is just the cutest thing ever in the world. You'll never see something cuter than that, except for maybe my dog Rocco. But, as funny and cute as he is, Drax and his stuff with Mantis, it steals the show. It is so over-the-top funny, and I will say almost forgives the fact that we don't get to see him really in any action, and for being a beast that he is, I wanted to see him fight some stuff, and we didn't get to see enough of that. Anyways, a lot of humor. I smiled a lot watching this film. I laughed a lot watching this film, so huge points to them on that. Now to the story. I liked the overall story. The main thread line to this is, I can't spoil it, is involving a big thing. Minor spoilers potential here. I think it's in the show, so I'm going to count this as being okay. The main story involves Ego, the living planet. In the trailer, you know that is Kurt Russell's character. I really enjoyed that stuff. I thought that it was a really good way to give us a new, interesting story that we really haven't seen before, at least that I can think of. And if I have seen something like that recently, I feel like I remember this. But I really like that whole aspect. This has really been led up from the first film. I recently rewatched the first film, and I felt like it really does blend very, very well to this point. And so I really liked that. Now, where there are other things going on, I wish that there was more of a thread connecting all this, because my negatives are about to start pretty close to here. Before I get to my negatives, I want to say one last positive. There's some good action in the movie. Not enough action, but there's some good action. The final sequence is an interesting fight. I thought that was really cool. I liked the opening sequence. There's great visuals. The turning somebody old into somebody young through CG has never been better, I think, than this. I mean, I really did like it in Rogue One. I thought that seeing Tarkin that way was amazing, especially considering, they weren't face mapping somebody to do that. And Leia was really cool in that as well. But Kurt Russell, I could have swore, I was like, how did they give him makeup to look young again? Like, does he still look that young? He doesn't look that young. No, that was the CG effect, and he was amazing. I love that whole intro to this movie, actually. The first scene is just great. Now on to my negatives. So, you have a pretty good main storyline, but what they did was they said, here is the main storyline right here. We are going to flush out the main storyline with side A, side B, side C, side D. These are all our side stories going on. And we're going to run this like this, and we're going to plug in here, and then we're going to keep running here, then we're going to plug in here, and plug. It felt like a television show of sorts. Like, you have your main story, and then you have all these side stories that are going on in the meantime with other characters. They basically paired up characters. You had, which is obvious, you have Ego, and you have Star-Lord. And then you have what's going on with all the characters who are there, plugging in their little segments into that. But then you also have Rocket and his companion and their storyline, which is the best of the side storylines, by the way. And I really did dig that. But you have their storyline going on, and then you have the Gamora storyline with who she's paired with, and it's okay. It's not terrible by any means. It's just okay. And then you have Drax and his storyline with his paired up character, which is very, very funny and a great comedic relief, but is also just okay as far as a story point goes. And he pairs more into the main plot, pushing that stuff with there. And then you have all the way over here, it's a main part in the beginning, but kind of gets pushed way over to the side, and you have the Sovereign Nation and what's going on with them. And my issue with this is that it's a 2 hour and 20 minute long movie, so you have plenty of time to put in all these story points, but they all felt very segmented. Because there's also, there's a couple others that I'm not even going to discuss at all, even though there's one that's really kind of interesting and potential for the future, but all it really does is this way, it does a payoff at the end for a moment. But they all felt so segmented and on their own that I was very well into the main story point, and you dragged me away to see something else. And there was a lot of moments of funny. So in the moment, I'm enjoying it. But after I was thinking about it at the end, I'm like, this could have been better tied in with the other stuff. Because it felt other. It felt different than what I was like. This is what I want to watch and what I'm enjoying. And then you have this moment, and then you have this moment, and you have this moment. They're all kind of like their own little stories. And this wasn't that movie. Like, you don't need to put those in this movie. They can have their own story. You could do a whole, Marvel, do a little short film movie where you pair up characters and do that. And that'd be awesome. Or an animated thing. But it just didn't fit for me here. It's not the worst negative. I feel like I'm making it out to be a bigger thing than it is. It just is a negative to me, the way they did it. And to properly explain it, as good as I am, I guess, which could be great, could be terrible, needed a few minutes to explain that. Comedy. I said there's a lot of great comedy. And there's a lot of great comedy. But because of all the comedy there, it stole away moments from dramatic beats and from pieces that could push the story more forward quicker and more effectively. Because there was so much comedy that some of it did move the plot, but most of it was like, this could be happening, and then next thing you know, you have a joke here, joke here, joke here, and I've kind of, the moment that was deep has passed, and I have to wait for another one that kind of gets my emotional part of me into the film. Because there's so much comedy. And like I said, I really enjoyed the comedy. I really enjoyed the film while I was watching it, but it could have been done differently to make that better. And James Gunn is a skilled enough director to have succeeded in that. He did that in the first film. And just felt like they saw the comedy and how good it was in the first film and thought, let's do more of that. And it was sacrificing some of the darker plots or the deeper moments for that. And then my last couple things are pretty nitpicky. Aside from the chain not having that baseline, Drax didn't get a whole lot of action. There was actually, well, there was some good action in it. There should have been a little more variety of action. There were some plot details that were kind of like, didn't add up to do with the first film. But without going into spoilers, I can't really get into that. Overall, I really did enjoy this film. I liked it quite a bit. I didn't love it. I would say it's probably in the middle tier of the Marvel films. It had a good villain. I'm not sure if I said that in my positives, which is nice. Probably a higher tier villain than what we've seen in the past. It's not Loki level by any means, but it definitely was not a throwaway villain. But I did like that, and the end credit scenes were really successfully pushed in. Like, it wasn't just one, and then you have to wait all the way to the end. Like, I liked they did multiple. Like, sit through, and it makes it much more easier to watch the credits because, like, every couple of minutes, like every other minute, you're like, oh, here's something. Wait, here's something. Wait, here's something. A few of them were unnecessary. A couple of them I really liked. The Stanley cameo, good. Sorry, I'm just tying up things that were also on my mind before I finish this review. Overall, like I said, I did like the review. Overall, though, I did like this movie quite a bit. I would say it's a 7.5 out of 10. Not as good as First Guardians by any means, which I believe I do have it reviewed on the channel somewhere. I believe it was a review at request a while back. But I do think you guys really like it, especially the first time through. It really is a movie that I watched it with almost no audience. So it was like, I laugh, and then it was like dead. And an audience that's full and is going to laugh at Taylor, it could have changed the entire feeling of this film when everybody's laughing, everybody's having these emotional beats. So that is also an asterisk in my review, I guess. I should rewatch it with a giant crowd and see how that plays. But anyways, it's just my opinion. I want to hear, so what did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Am I completely wrong? Like, was it much better than I thought it was? Is it worse than I thought it was? Please let me know. You can subscribe to my channel right over here by clicking subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at WesNichols14. Make sure to like the button if you did like this video. I'm discombobulated now. I have not done a video in almost a month, you guys. I am so sorry on the delay. I've just been crazy busy, and I'm still going to be crazy busy. I'm just going to try to get a video out when I can get it out. I am sorry about the inconvenient scheduling, and if you guys watch consistently, I am sorry. I will try to get more content out to you guys in the future. Although there might not be the green screen in the background, that may have to go. Just going to take a little bit too much time to deal with my lighting, which is never consistent and always a problem. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. My name is Wes. You're watching Wes Nichols TV. Have a great night. Bye.